Hello, I'm going to teach you how to start a Google Classroom and how to post assignments and announcements. So first, make sure you're logged into your Google account. I know I'm logged into mine because my picture icon is up here at the top. So how you get to Google Classroom is you just type in classroom.google.com. Mine's bookmarked, so it pops up right away. Okay, so you will see squares that have class periods and names. That's because I'm part of two classrooms, the Eagle Peak staff and Unbroken, and I have created these 5 other classrooms. So to create a classroom, you go to the plus sign at the top corner. We're going to want to create a class. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to call mine class number 1, section, let's say period 1, subject is social studies. All right, so I'm going to create this classroom. Google's going to have it automatically just pop up, and it just chose a random theme and color. Like, I don't really like pink, so I'm going to go ahead and change that. I'm going to go to select theme at the top, and there's a whole bunch of options you can choose from. So let's say I'm an art class, I could choose this one. I'm language arts, I'm science. There's a whole bunch of different options. You can also have patterns as well. So if you're more into like geometric shapes and colors, it all pops up here. I had this one last year, I really liked it. So I'm gonna go ahead and select that class theme. And then all the colors kind of go with it. If you wanna upload your own photo, you hit upload photo. And then you can either drag a photo from the internet here or go to your desktop. There's different options, but I'm just gonna keep with the patterns to make it simple. All right, so right now my stream is blank because I haven't posted anything. I don't have any students. How you add students is you go to the students button at the top bar. To invite students, you would give them this code. I usually write this code on the whiteboard, and that's how I invite my students to join my classroom. How I monitor what goes on the stream is on the side. It says students can post and comment. I don't really like doing that because when we collaborate in my classroom, we do it verbally, not on the computer. So I'm going to change that to only teacher can post or comment. It also stops students from harassing each other during the weekend or just from getting funny announcements and things that students find interesting to post on Google Classroom. Okay, so on the stream, to add an assignment or to add an announcement, I go to the plus sign at the bottom and then some options pop up. To create an assignment where I want my students to type something and submit it to me, I'm going to hit create assignment. It's like a little clipboard. All right, so once I'm there, I can title it. I'm going to title this assignment number 1 just to keep things simple. You can have a due date if you want. It'll tell your students if they need to turn something in, or if they're late, a red button will pop up when they are past a due date. It's really helpful to have this. So I can change the date by clicking this little arrow, and then there's options. So let's say I'm going to have this due this Friday, the 7th. Okay, so to put something on or to attach something to the announcement, I can either go to my computer, which is a file. Mostly what I do is I attach things from my drive. I can also attach a YouTube video here or a link if I want them to go to a website. So I'm going to click the button that looks like the Drive or Google Drive symbol. Once I click that, it automatically takes me to my Google Drive, and it automatically takes you to recent, so things you've done recently. So I'm going to have my students work on the End of Rome short answer assignment that I literally just created. So I'm going to select it and hit add. So now you have to create an assignment before you add it to Google Classroom. If you try to add an assignment and then go to your drive and create it, sometimes the Google Classroom gets confused. So make sure you create the assignment first so you have something to select. Okay, I'm going to hit add. So here are some options here. Right now, the default setting is that students can view the file. I don't want them just to look at them. I want them to actually type something on this assignment. So I'm going to click the gray arrow. Students can edit file. I don't want to do that, or else I'll have all 30 of my students trying to type at the same spot. It's very chaotic. So instead, I'm going to do make a copy for each student. So automatically, all 30 of my students would get a copy if I were to do this. So I'm going to hit assign. So sometimes Google likes to take its time. There we go. So I had 0 done and 0 not done because I don't have any students. I have 0 students. But if I were to have 30 students, it would say 30 not done and 0 done until they hit the turn in button. That's how we know the students have actually done their work. So students are able to click on the assignment. They can type in the assignment. It's theirs personally. You can see when students are working on this, everything is timestamped. At the top, you can see that the last time I personally worked on this was 10 minutes ago. So everything on Google is timestamped. It's awesome. So back to Google Classroom. If I want to just make an announcement, sometimes I'll do this when I have a sub, like please do your worksheet or something. I could just make an announcement. I can post it. They see when I posted it and what I said. So this is something you'd want your students just to read or know about. An assignment is where they actually type something and turn it into you. So I'm going to show you what that looks like on my other classrooms. To go back and forth between your certain class periods, you just hit the sandwich looking thing at the top left. It's the main menu. I'm going to show you what it looks like on period 5. Okay, so Code of Hammurabi is a Google Doc that I'm having my students do right now. 25 of them are not done because I just assigned this today, and I have 25 students. 0 have turned it in. So you can see if you go down, different students have turned things in. This is how you monitor their work. If I wanted to grade, let's say I wanted to grade week 6 warm-ups, I would click on the title of that. It automatically shows me the students and what they're working on. It has a list of their names in the top left corner. So I can see everyone who's done and everyone who's not done. So let's say I wanted to give this student a grade. I would just give them 10 points, but it's automatically out of 100. So to change that, I select the 100 points, and maybe I want to only be 10 points. Okay. So I'm going to update it because I want it to be worth 10 points. And so now when this person gets 10 out of 10, they get 100%. Okay. You can also not give them a grade. If you don't want to grade it, that's okay too. Also, all of this work here, all their Google Docs will be in your Google Drive under Shared with Me, but I only work with it in Google Classroom. And then I just transfer the grade over to Aries. So that's how I grade in Google Classroom. All right. So if I want to go back to Google Classroom, I just hit this button here. And that's what the stream looks like. So if you have any other questions, let me know. But this is the basics of Google Classroom. When you're making an assignment, my highly suggestion for you is to make a copy for each student. And you'll know you did that right because it says each student will get a copy.